What's up, everybody? It's Andrew from the Jaguar podcast, and today I have special guest, former Jaguars offensive lineman Maurice Williams. Maurice played for the Jaguars from 2001 to 2009. He was drafted by the Jaguars in the second round, 43rd overall pick out of Michigan. Maurice is also the team chaplain for the Jags with Athletes in Action and is the head football coach at Providence High School in Jacksonville, Florida. Give it up for the great Maurice Williams. Maurice, how's it going, man?
It's going pretty good. Thanks for having me on, Andrew.
Yeah, no problem. Really appreciate it. And Maurice, you played at University of Michigan during your college career, and as a freshman in 1997, you guys won the national championship, and that was your first year there. How was that?
It was an amazing experience. Just right out of high school to have a chance to be a part of a special run that Michigan had that year, to go on and play Washington State in the Rose Bowl, and have a part of the national championship. There's always an argument whether we was the outright national champions, because we split with Nebraska that year. But this overall is a special year. Had a chance to play with Charles Woodson, Brian Greasy, and Tom Brady was the backup. And so just coming right out of high school, man, we had just a tremendous experience having the chance to be a part of a very special program.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of that, right? Like you just mentioned the GOAT, Tom Brady. What was it like playing alongside him? And did you witness the greatness early on?
Yeah, he definitely was a great college quarterback and leader. I think nobody had the crystal ball that really can say that he will be described as the GOAT after he finished his NFL career. But he always had a great command of the huddle, and you felt like when he was in charge that you were confident that he was going to do what was necessary for us to win the game. And so I always look back on his experience, and he was a fun guy to be around. You wanted to play with, you wanted to block for him, you wanted to play hard for him, and it's one of the qualities that you look for in a quarterback.
Yeah, definitely. And then I guess, right now, University of Michigan is real hot. Huge win against Alabama. I'm sure you're pretty excited about that as well.
I am. I'm super excited. It made my holidays fun just for them to actually to go and beat Alabama, which pretty much none of the country gave them a lot of chances to win that game. It felt like Nick Saban had their card for many years, and it was I thought they played probably one of the best defensive performances I've seen Michigan have in a long time. And offensively, they found their rhythm and went on to win that game. But it's good. It's always good when Big Blue is up there doing well. And just as a former alumni, just if you want to see your team do well, and that they've done well throughout a lot of ups and downs this year. And I think they're proving to everybody that they are a legitimate national championship contender.
Maurice, you played for the Jaguars under two really great coaches. You started off under Tom Coughlin, and then you played under Jack Del Rio as well. Had some nice runs there to the playoffs. What was it like playing for those two coaches, and what'd you learn as both a player and a coach?
Oh wow, two great coaches, two different personalities. Coughlin was I was a rookie coming in. I think that was before he got to New York, and he had a very stern command of the ship. But you understood what he wanted. He called for excellence in everything you do, as far as how you show up to meetings and everything. And it's really, I think, my approach from that kind of set the foundation of what my approach needed to be in the league from there on. But Coughlin was a great coach to play for. Unfortunately, I think I came in right on the years the Jaguars were just coming off their hot streak. And then Del Rio came in and was described as a player's coach. And in a lot of ways, he was that. He's a former player, and he really connected well with the players. And we got hot under him and was able to hit a couple playoffs back to back. And just playing for the both of them, just understanding just the approach to not only the game, but just the approach and the discipline you need in life to excel on and off the field. And both of those coaches, both men of faith, and you gather those things from them just watching their leadership.
Yep, I definitely agree. And you were also, the chaplain for the Jaguars. What drew you to that initially?
Yeah, it's really when I got done, I started following my passion, and I took a year off to just really enjoy family, and and then I joined my church's Bible school. And just really, it was during that time that I started developing a more of a passion for ministry. I started with my foundation doing some things here in the city, which really was kind of the launching pad for me to kind of do more and to get in front of people to start sharing my story a little bit more, how God really is involved in that story. And so I guess just not drag the story out too long. I found a niche and just really discover my passion, discover part of my purpose is in sports ministry. So also a high school football coach. And so just seeing how does Christ how does he mix in this world of sports and faith, and having some great opportunities to do that as a chaplain, as a football coach, and just really and what I love about the faith is that it really helps with character. It really helps with discipline. And when you look at when I look at my football team, and it just you value having spaces where you can share your faith, because it's not only just helping to keep everybody else accountable, but it's also maturing us along the process. And with the platform that these athletes and coaches have, being able to deal with the pressures of life, being able to intertwine your faith in the middle of all that really brings a lot of peace and able to help you to operate in some really tough environments, but also can help you know how to navigate when you are victorious, like the Jaguars have been the past 2 seasons.
Yeah, definitely agree, and I think, like you said, definitely helps, build character and probably helps you a lot, as a coach. I noticed that, when you were with the Jaguars, you did play guard and tackle. You see now with the Jaguars, they kinda made some changes with Walker Little. I was just curious because I played offensive line as well in high school. What's the learning curve for that? Is that a big learning curve or transition in the pros?
Not as yes and no. It's two different beasts. The tackle, you're working with speed guys coming off the edge, and for me, it would have been like Dwight Freeney, Robert Mathis, Jason Taylor. Those are the guys I would have had to block coming off of the edge. But then you go down to guard. Now you have to block bigger guys who are not as fast. So pass blocking is a little bit easier. But now you're going against some bigger bodies, and so your technique changes up a little bit. Actually, going from tackle to guard, it seemed like it slowed down a little bit, and because I didn't have to deal with the guys who could run the 4.4s,
Yeah,
but and now I had to deal with guys that are 360 pounds that had just a tons of power, and so it's two different things, but the techniques they cross over.
yeah, yeah. I would imagine the footwork too with playing tackle, having to work with maybe some guys, like you said, that are a little faster on the outside as opposed to, like you said, playing guard inside where you're dealing with the nose tackles and the big interior D linemen where it's more like strength battles. So,
Yeah, I remember my first year at guard. One of my I'm gonna say my fondest memory was playing against Chris Jenkins. He was playing for the Jets at the time. I think Chris probably was around. He definitely was over 340, probably plus. And pass blocking, I got my hands on him real quick. And I remember he was bull rushing me. He was like, "Get out of my way, little man," because at the time he had about 40 pounds on me. So it's a difference when you're going against somebody of that size who's just as strong, maybe a little bit stronger than you. So you gotta battle if you don't have the weight that normally a guard would have in the league.
exactly. I was just curious as well. You guys had those playoff runs, with Del Rio. Um, what was your favorite moment as a Jaguar?
Um, a, a lot of them always go back to that win in Pittsburgh was pretty special. Heading up to we'll play later on. We'll go play the Patriots the next week. Just the game on the line, and David Guerrero, we had to have a first down. I think it was like fourth and whatever. And just I remember the offensive line, we was like, hey, look, we're gonna do whatever it takes for us to get this first down, and to get that first down and go on and steal the victory. That was pretty special. Um, just beating Pittsburgh in general is just always special because that's a fun team to whoop up on. But in general, I always look back at that particular victory as being one of those special moments in my career. Of course, I always go back to my first NFL game where it's just like, man, this is chaotic. I've never even watched an NFL game in person, and now I'm playing in one. So I go back. I have a lot of just fond memories, a lot of challenging memories as well, but also enjoy the moments that I have just playing with guys like Fred Taylor, who's up for the Hall of Fame right now. I'm really excited about his opportunity to be in there, and even coming in playing with Baselli. So it's I look back, I have some really great memories playing for Jacksonville, and of course now this I have the opportunity just to help with the spiritual development of the players and character, and it's a great opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, I agree as a fan, the Pittsburgh wins rather, plural, have been just, amazing. I had your teammate on, Paul Spicer, and, he also said the same thing. He said that, that Pittsburgh win was amazing. Fred Taylor, or he's up for the Hall of Fame. What was it like playing with him? And, like, was he a big, leader in the huddle or, on the team?
Absolutely was a leader. Fred wasn't the most vocal, but when he needed to be, he would. But he's a guy with definitely who led by the way he played and the way he approached the game. And again, just one of those special players that he can cut back almost at any point. Any point, he's the beauty of why the zone blocking is such a wonderful blocking too when you have a special back like him. And he was just a great teammate to play for and to be around. I remember we was playing Philadelphia Eagles. I think he hit like a 65-yard touchdown run, but he looked back and I guess I got a little too happy about my block and I got a holding call. And I was like, dang it. And Fred came up to me. He was like, all right, Mo, it's on tape. So he's just a cool dude to play for. And I'm excited because about what's going to happen with him here soon.
Yeah, I'm excited as well. He's definitely one of, my favorite running backs to watch. Amazing cut. I mean, he could do it all, run north, south, east, west, could catch too. So, I'm hoping he gets in, and it'd be nice to see the second Jaguar, to go into the Hall of Fame. You are the head coach, at Providence High School in Jacksonville, Florida. Congrats to you on your winning season, first year as the head coach. What drew you to that as well, like, to get into to coaching, and how's that been?
Again, that was probably one of my passion areas. Probably several years ago when Baselli was coaching over here, and I know Brunell's coached here as well. And Baselli asked me to come help him with the old offensive line. And I helped him for about a year and got a taste of coaching. So then I went on to be the offensive line coach here for 2 to 3 seasons. And so just really enjoyed this coaching, you still using all these X's and O's that are in my head that don't go away. And I was coaching under Jeff Cobb, who did a tremendous job here, and unfortunately the team moved in a different direction. And I guess 4 years later, I had the opportunity to come back as a head coach, and it's been a great opportunity because not only I get to coach, I get to help lead my sons and nephews are part of the team, and so this is it's a cool process just to kind of see their development and just really having the opportunity just to continue to supporting young men and just really helping to just raise up leaders, and that's part of my assignment. I really feel like, and but winning the football games this past season was special. I know we would have had a historic win versus University Christian, and then also had a chance to win a playoff game. We lost by 3, so that sat with me for about 2 or 3 weeks. Man, like could have made a couple different calls, but I'm excited about in the direction that our program is going here.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's great, and again, congratulations on the winning season and getting to the playoffs. I think it's also great watching a lot of the, ex-Jaguar players, like you said, Brunel and Baselli get in there and coach and help build, the young men on the team, and help develop their character and skills. I also was doing a little research into your coaching staff, and I noticed that, you have, some ex-Jaguar players that help out, Donovan Darius, Double D, him being the defensive backs coach. So that's great. I'm sure all your defensive backs are super physical and can hit pretty hard, like he did when he played in Jacksonville. And, I guess Reggie Hayward and fullback Greg Jones as well.
Yeah, we've been blessed with a tremendous staff. We have opportunity just with guys like Greg and Double D, Joe Zelinka. Man, we had Hunter lose, not Hunter, but Chris lose our last year. And I'm just looking at this the former Jags that we've had involved with our program has been pretty special. The kids are getting top notch coaching, and sometimes we have to make sure we water it down and keep it on the high school level. But guys like Donovan has been great for the kids. He brings the intensity both on the field and off the field. You'll have these guys on Zoom. They have them there for about an hour meeting, making sure they understand their alignment, assignment, and techniques. But we've really been blessed with guys who are passionate about the game, and it's an opportunity for them to coach their sons as well. And so it's fun being able to, as teammates, come in a different I say different arena, but a different side of life, and actually have an impact on on a school and a football program. So I'm excited that God's kind of given us the opportunity to all come back and work together.
Yeah, and that's great, and really excited to see, what you guys do next year. To close out, Maurice, I asked this question a lot to some of the former Jags players or current Jags players that I have on the podcast. Do you have any advice, or what is your advice rather, for any aspiring athletes that want to play football in the pros?
Um, it's one step at a time. And no matter what you do, you have to approach it with excellence. So for young guys who are looking to possibly play in the league one day, first off, you have to do well in your academics. And it's unfortunate that the colleges will show up, and oftentimes they like players, but they can't recruit them because they don't have the grades. And so it starts with academics, then I'll say it starts with character. And then when it comes to this game of football, you have to show that you have an acumen for the game. That it shows that you know how to approach it right. You overcome adversity. You know you're tough on the field, and you just stand out from the crowd. And to do all those things, you have to put in the work, and you have to be willing to do what others are not willing to do. And so that would be my foundation. And then if that's your foundation, you do well in those three areas, and your academics, character, and then your play on the field. Now you've set yourself as out, and colleges will start to look for you to bring you on to their schools and give you another opportunity to continue to pursue your dream.
Well, I think that's great advice, Maurice. Thank you so much for taking the time to come on the show. Really appreciate it. You're really gracious with your time. Hope you had a happy new year, and I wish the best to you and your family, and also to the team over there at Providence High School.
All right. Happy New Year, Andrew. Thanks for having me on. Look to catch up with you soon.
Thanks. Take care. Duval! What's up, everybody? It's Andrew from the Jaguar Podcast. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as always. And remember, this is a podcast, so you can find this pretty much wherever you find podcasts. Subscribe to it. Go Jags, and I'll see you next time.